Are you wondering how to get an offer accepted in today's seller's market where buyers are just struggling day after day to get their offer noticed above all the other offers? We're going to talk about how to do that, so stay tuned. Hi there, I'm Josh Freeman with Josh and Katie Homes, and on this channel we love to share tips and tricks to help buyers and sellers as they pursue their real estate dreams. Today we want to talk about some tips and techniques that can help you get your offer accepted as a buyer in the competitive seller's market that we're in, where your offer might be stacked up against a multitude of other offers. In today's competitive market, sellers have the upper hand as buyers fight tooth and nail to get their offer accepted over all the other offers that are coming in that they're competing with. What we're going to talk about is how we can get our offer as the buyer to have a better chance at being accepted and to compete at a higher level than many of the other offers that are coming in. One way to get your offer accepted is to begin with where you look for a home. Many agents can help you find what's called off-market listings, and those have a much greater chance of getting your offer accepted because they're off-market. People are not putting a lot of offers on those homes. These are often homes that are for sale by owners. They're expired listings, they're released listings, they are listings that for one reason or another may not have sold when they were on the market actively. There's also things called pocket listings and broker exclusive listings, and these are listings that aren't advertised to the general public. And often with these listings, they're getting far fewer offers coming in because they're not on the active market. They're not being promoted on all of these large scale, the MLS and Zillow and Realtor.com and all of these large scale search engines. And so that's a great opportunity for you, the buyer, to have a look at a home that not everybody's looking at, and most of the time that's not getting a lot of offers, even if it's getting some foot traffic. And so that would be a good place to start, is look at the active listings, but also ask your agent whether there are any off-market listings that might fit the criteria you're looking for. There's not always going to be, but it doesn't hurt to ask, because off-market listings are a great opportunity for you, the buyer, to get a home that not everyone else knows about. Now, another way to get your offer noticed, to get it to go to the top of the pile and to get it accepted above others, is to purchase a property in as-is condition. So buy it as is. Now, there are some risks when buying as is, but it is becoming more common in the competitive market that we're in. When you're buying as is, what you are saying is that you will not negotiate any repairs and you will not negotiate price based upon the results of your home inspection. Now, you can still get a home inspection when you purchase a property as is. You will just be requesting that home inspection for what's called informational purposes only. So that means when you purchase it as is, whatever issues the home inspector finds, those will be your responsibility. You are not able to get out of the contract because of what you find in that home inspection. Again, there are some risks in doing it this way because you don't know what's behind the walls. You don't know what issues might lurk underneath the home, and you may not know other problems that may arise. But this is one technique and one way that can get your offer to the top of that pile. Now, when it comes to home inspections, you can do a home inspection and purchase it as is. Another thing you can do is, in the state of Virginia, you can get your home inspection, but you can waive an optional paragraph. And the waiver of that paragraph, when it comes to home inspection, what it does is it says that rather than being able to walk away for any reason from that home inspection, if you waive that paragraph and click is not applicable, you are saying that you prefer to negotiate based upon what that inspection finds. You prefer to go through with the home purchase and just figure it out between you and the seller of how you're going to handle anything that needs repairs. So this makes an offer a little bit stronger rather than just making everything contingent upon it. This makes your offer slightly stronger because you're saying, I want to negotiate based upon the inspection, but I'm not going to walk away just because I didn't like the color of font, if you will, in that home inspection guide. So another closely related way that you can get your offer noticed, if you're not comfortable fully going the as is you can request a home inspection, but you can put a cap for a limit on what will be requested as far as repairs or negotiation of the price. So, for example, what you can do is you can make it contingent on a home inspection, but you can add in that you will not request any changes, you will not request any repairs or any negotiation unless there's a problem that's major that exceeds a certain amount of dollars. So let's say $5,000. So you're not going to ask that seller to renegotiate the price or ask the seller to make any repairs unless there's a problem that's found in the home inspection that's going to be over that $5,000 mark. Meaning any item that's under that $5,000 mark, you, the buyer, will be responsible for repairing if it needs repair or if you desire to have that repaired. So that's another good way that you can go about getting your offer noticed, especially if you don't want to go the full as-is route. Real quick, I just wanted to take a moment and remind you, if you find our videos helpful, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that bell so that you're notified when new videos come up. Let's get back to our discussion. Now, oftentimes the seller needs a little bit more time to get out of the house, but they want to close as soon as possible because they might need the money from closing to purchase their new home. In these instances, you can do what's called a buyer lease back, in which you allow that seller to close quickly, but they can lease the home back for 30 days, for 2 weeks, for 45 days. It just depends on what you guys negotiate. Now, that will often give you an advantage over other buyers because you're saying that I'm willing to buy this house and then let you live in it for X amount of days until you have the time to get out. Now, with this, what makes it even stronger is if you can do a free lease back. Now, by free, what I mean is for the time that they're contracted to stay in that. So let's say if they're going to stay in it 2 weeks after closing, because we're giving them time to move. If they're staying in it for 2 weeks after closing and we're doing a free lease back, we're saying that we're not going to require them to give us any deposit for that, but we're also not going to require rent paid during that time frame. Now, if they fail to move out on the date specified, then we are going to charge them a large fee for every day that they're in that home. But your offer will be much more impactful if we do a free lease back. Now, with that lease back, again, when they move out, you're going to do another walkthrough. You're going to make sure that it was in the same condition that you purchased the property in, and they will be liable for any damages beyond the condition it was already in, outside of normal wear and tear. And that is in the contract that they would sign. A lease back of the property is going to help you get your offer to the top of that pile. Now, not every seller needs the lease back. However, if they do need the lease back or if they're looking for one, it will definitely put you in the running at the top of the pile. Now, to give your offer the best fighting chance, you can also submit it as soon as possible and place a deadline for acceptance in that offer. Now, the listing agent, if they are holding all offers at the request of the seller, the listing agent will tell that to your agent upon submission. But if they are not doing that, then it's always a good idea to put a deadline acceptance, because if you do 24 to 48 hours of acceptance, what you're doing is saying, I want an answer, and it allows you to get an answer or get a response at least before it gets piled with more offers on top of it. And this is especially important if the house is already active and if it's early in the week, so it may be sitting there. You want to make sure that you have the best fighting chance, because most sellers and most agents will encourage their sellers that a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. A lot of sellers don't want to let that offer go by without a response because they don't know whether they'll get an offer as good as that or not. I hope this information has been helpful to you as you put your offer in on your dream home. Make sure to come back next week to subscribe and ring that bell so that you can get even more techniques to getting your offer accepted in part 2 of this video. And go to the comments below. Let us know what you have done to get your offer accepted if you recently bought a home, or if you're a seller, put in the comments what you would be looking for in an offer, and we would love to see and communicate with you on those as well. Until next time, take care and check out these videos as they will help you in your journey as well.